Well, I think I'll do more for women. I cherish women. I think I'll do more for women than Hillary can ever do. I think that I will take care. You know, I thought Jeb Bush made a horrible mistake when he blew the whole situation on women's health, you know, the women's health issue. A week ago, what he said was just unbelievable. Essentially, he's saying, I'm not going to fund it. And I think that will go down as Jeb Bush's 47%. The 47% to Romney will probably cost him the election.
All right, folks, joining us now is Tom Tancredo, former U.S. Congressman from the great state of Colorado. He ran for president in '08 and is the author of a great book, In Mortal Danger. Congressman, that was Donald Trump. I think he has lit up this field. I think he's doing great stuff on so many levels, but there are times when I cringe.
Yeah, well, we all do, and for different reasons, I guess, each time. But what you would like to do is, what I would love to do with Donald Trump is really understand who he is. I wish I knew, because I like many people, I think, want to put attributes into him that may or may not be there, because I want, you know, because he's saying things I really like, and I'm enjoying the furor he has caused, and I love the fact that he's attacking the press so often. But I don't know that he is anything more than what we just saw, or a person who has no real philosophical roots. He's sort of a pragmatist, maybe that's the way to put it. You know, he's a businessman. He just makes practical decisions, and maybe that's what we need in the White House. But for me, I have to tell you, I keep looking for some sort of, you know, who is he really? Because I want him to be this conservative stalwart who has the guts and the money and the chutzpah to get the whole thing done. Right. That's what I want. I just have no idea if he's really that.
It's interesting. You made some remarks the other day that you say were in jest, and you offered for first you said a small fee, then you said no, a large fee, that you would advise Donald Trump on the issue of immigration, and you've got the Denver Post then wrote an editorial on that?
Oh man, the next day. I was talking to a young lady who writes the blog for the Denver Post, and I know her, had known her for years, and it was a joking conversation, and she knew it, and she wrote it that way. I said, you know, she was asking me the same question, what about Donald Trump? And I said, well, I'll tell you, for a small fee, nah. For a very large fee, I'll help him. Because I've got such a great relationship with the press, you know, and I know how to nuance my answers with the press about immigration. And I mean, believe me, that is the essence of sarcasm. I was being totally sarcastic.
But along those lines, Congressman, I had Roger Stone here, who he said quit last week, and Donald said he was fired. And I think that the campaign would do well to bring people such as yourself on board. I think the immigration issue, believe it or not, although he needs more specifics, I think he's resonated with that. He's done well. That's how he jumped into this pool, and he soared to the top on that. But I think there are other issues. The way he's handling Jeb Bush, for instance, here, and then saying he himself personally would fund Planned Parenthood partially, and when he says he's for the health of a woman as an exemption for abortion, I think he needs more advisors who are more savvy on some of these things.
Well, perhaps he does, and if there's anybody in the whole world who can hire them, it's him. But he's also the guy who is the least likely to. Because look who he is. I mean, this is the guy that has built up a $10 billion sort of personal fortune.
On his own.
He thinks, who do I need?
Right.
What do I need with these guys? Who has to tell me anything? I am the guy that's really put it all together. I know what I'm doing. I don't need anybody else.
It's hard to argue
Maybe
with
he's
that.
Right.
Hard to argue with that philosophy. We got a minute left. Hillary's handed over the server. Now they say there were two top secret correspondence on her email. What do you think is going to happen to Hillary?
Oh man, I think this is a big problem for her. Big. I don't know that it's going to go into an actual any sort of legal action against her. I certainly think it could, but here's the biggest problem. Right now, Bernie Sanders is ahead of her by 7 points in New Hampshire. 7 among Democrat primary voters. Can you believe that? Who would have thought that? And this kind of thing that comes up now, all it does is tell people like Kerry and Biden, you know what? I think the door is opening.
Well,
and it is.
Pat
That's the problem.
Buchanan said that the Democrats should tell Biden to throw harder in the bullpen. Hey, listen, Tom, great talking to you, sir.
Likewise, buddy.
Congressman Tom Tancredo, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, folks, give me 5. But first, as we continue to talk about the Donald, you all know the popularity of his cap. The Donald has made it famous at campaign stops with his Make America Great slogan. Make America Great Again is the slogan, actually. Now, you can get your very own Make America Great Again cap, a $25 value free with this offer. Just pay shipping and handling. Go to newsmax.com/TrumpCap or call 1-800-485-4340. That's newsmax.com/TrumpCap. Get your cap today.